Welcome back. Now, when you put your sales page together, you're going to be getting traffic from affiliates. You might be getting traffic from the platform. You might be getting traffic from places that you actually drove. And so not all these people are going to be your customers. And so one of the things you're going to want to assume is that some people are just not going to be ready to buy. And that means that you're going to want to use an exit pop. So we're going to go inside of the page settings inside of Optimize Press. And in Optimize Press, this is called an exit redirect. Now, it may be called something different in your page builder. But basically what you're going to be doing is you want to make sure that when someone leaves your page, that they get a message and that they get a redirect to another page. And this is where you're going to give them an offer, an opt-in offer, some kind of very enticing offer that they have to put in their name and email address in order to get. So you want to put your best opt-in here, and you also want to make sure that whatever this offer is, that it's highly relevant to what brought them to the page. And again, these are things that you can test, but you want to get the opt-in if the person decides to leave your page. And you can do that by redirecting them to a URL where you have an offer that is already in place. Now, your page builder may not have that script built in, but you can actually place that script into a location like this other scripts area where it will actually execute the exit pop for you. So you can purchase these scripts. There's actually one included with this course. And so you can use those scripts in order to use your HTML pages, or you can do it inside of some of those page builders that will not execute an exit pop. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to set up for lead collection as you start to initially get traffic to your offer. Now we are covered when someone leaves the page without taking action on our offer. However, there are going to be times when someone may not get to that point, and we want to be able to collect names and email addresses even before they get to the exit pop. And we can do this inside of most autoresponders. And so in this particular case, what we would do once we have created our list is we're going to just take a look and edit this particular form. And what you're going to notice is that the form gives us some options. Now, the first option that we need to discuss is that the download file URL, well, you don't necessarily want to give the download right away. Once again, you want the person to opt in order to get the file. You want them to go ahead and become part of your list. And so you want to give them a thank you page, not a download URL at this point. Now, let's take a look at some of the other settings. Well, one of the things we can do is we can actually make sure that the box appears the way we want. So if we wanted to scale down or slide in or fade in, we can do that. We can decide on how long it takes to show up. And we can decide on how long it's actually going to show up for a particular user. And so we might put 3 days, we might put 90 days. And of course, if possible, we want these people to be double opt-in, so we want a confirmed opt-in. So what we would do is save and publish this form. We would then copy the code, and then we would go back to our site. We would then inject the code into a place where our scripts are going to be held. And then we're going to save it into our page builder. Now, every page builder is going to be different. Every autoresponder is going to be different, but you are going to have to get a code. You are going to have to put it either in the header or footer area of your page builder and then save. And what happens is when the visitor actually comes to the page, this form will eventually show up according to the delay. And so we get the opportunity to collect names and email addresses even before they consider the offer. Now again, this is something that you're going to want to test. You want to make sure that this does not affect your conversions and that this does not necessarily anger your affiliates, that you would just be collecting leads when they're actually sending traffic in order to make money with your offer. This isn't a hard and fast rule that you must have a popover, but it is a way for you to tighten up your funnel, collect more of the leads and keep them inside of your marketing funnel. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk briefly about your upsell PayPal buttons. And you've probably been through the process where you have gone to PayPal, you've created a new button, you've set your price, and you've created your product. And then comes to where you need to decide on where you're going to send the buyer once they've actually been through the process. Now, if you have upsells, you want to make sure that when the customer finishes their checkout, that their upsell link goes in this box. And if you're going to deliver by a membership script, you want to deliver them to a thank you page. The only way that you're going to deliver them direct to the product is if you're not using a membership script and there are not going to be any additional upsells. In every case, the way you're going to deliver people to your upsell using PayPal is going to be in this area in step 3. This is how they're going to get there. Now, if you're wondering how they're going to click off of it or use the no thanks link, where you're going to direct that on your page. But this is the important part of the PayPal process. You need to put their upsell link in this box inside of step 3 inside of the PayPal button. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk about setting up your follow-up messages. Now we're inside of GetResponse right now, and what we're going to do is go to create an autoresponder. And what you're going to notice is that there are some messages that are already here. But assuming that your product is new and your list is new, and that you haven't created any messages, what you want to do is to create a series of messages that you want to set up a series of messages so that when your buyer actually gets the first message, they're going to get more messages encouraging them to pick up the upsell. Now, there are a couple of things you're going to want to do when you set up these autoresponders and these follow-ups. Now, we've spoken previously about list automation. And so when your buyer becomes part of your initial list, you want to have them removed from that list at each subsequent purchase. So you want to make sure that they are opted in to each list once they make a purchase, and that when they make that purchase and they're added to this list, they are taken off of the list of their last purchase. What this means is that they're only going to be on the list of their last purchase and not on their initial one. So again, as soon as they are subscribed to a particular list, let's say an upsell list, they need to be removed from the last product that they actually purchased. What you're doing is you're segmenting the list, but you're also making sure that at least during the launch period, that they're not going to get emails from 2 different places, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they get all of the follow-ups, encouraging them to continue to buy the upsell. And you do that by creating individual lists and linking those lists to each purchase of a product. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk briefly about social media setups and in your autoresponders. The last message that you're going to have in the series for a particular launch, you want to encourage people to become part of whatever your existing social media presence is. So if you have a presence on YouTube or Facebook or even Twitter, you want to encourage people in that last email to become part of your social media following or your community. You don't want to necessarily link out from the download page. Once again, what are we trying to do in the download page? We're trying to encourage people to click on the upsell. We don't want to send them into distraction. Now, this is almost certainly going to be a distraction. It's almost certainly going to lead to leakage. So we do want to encourage them to become part of our social media following because that does close up our funnel. But we want to leave that for last, and we want to put it inside of the follow-up if possible. Or even if you have a webinar that you're doing after the fact, that's a good place to mention all of your social media accounts. Most people are probably going to watch the replay, but that's a good time to let people know that you've got a social media following that you like for them to become part of. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In conclusion, everything that we did from setting up our download page to setting up our sales page was really designed to attract as many prospects as we can and to keep them in our marketing funnel. So we minimize the opportunities to put affiliate links and other links that take people outside of our marketing funnel and maximize the opportunities to keep them in. We also maximize our opportunities to collect leads and then to get more sales. The whole idea behind completing the funnel is making sure that we don't have leaks outside and lots of opportunities for our prospect or our buyer to click outside of things that will take them away from our funnel. At the same time, we talked about the fact that we want our branding, we want our images, we want our messaging to be consistent from offer to offer, so that the customer always knows what the primary theme is and that we keep them in that frame of mind so that even as we offer upsells with more value and more opportunities for them to get closer to their goal, that they will be more in the mindset that they will actually want what we have to offer. And so now as you begin to set up your own squeeze page and thank you pages, remember to make sure that what you're doing is you're keeping a consistent message of getting the buyer closer to their goal through the solution that you are offering them on the front end. You continue to enhance that. You continue to give them more value. You continue to make it easy for them in your upsells and your cross-sells. And when it's possible, we even want to start that messaging as early as we possibly can at the point at which affiliates are promoting a message that's going to be consistent with our entire funnel, so that your buyer is in the mind frame of getting themselves closer and closer to a solution they want to have or to a goal they want to accomplish. And so that's it for making sure that you have a complete sales funnel. And with that, thanks, and I will see you either in another video or in another course.